the guru of Squad 00, the assassin like no other. Yes, I'm the best at what I do, one of the most notorious in YouTube anime manga community. Don't doubt the infamy, please just don't do it. Now, I know what you're thinking. What? There's no way. Now look, let's keep it real for people. Let me address some things before I go all in on this video. Like y'all know how I do, analytical and all that jazz, passion and all that, right? Do I actually think that Sanji's dead? No, hell no. I don't buy it. I do not buy that for multiple reasons. I'll explain it. But that does not negate me discussing the ramifications if Sanji's actually dead. Now, why do I not think Blackleg Sanji is dead? It's not, oh, he's the main character. You can use that, but that's not a good excuse. There are a number of other reasons as to what could have happened to the fate, the current condition of Sanji. I won't say the fate, okay, because that's a whole big end all be all. But number one, he could have been captured by Captain Jack. More preferably, because the other solutions, or even possibly some of these other mink, okay, some of the other mink men, mink beast, whatever, there's that possibility. There's a possibility he could be potentially mortally injured. He could be knocking on death's door, okay, there's that potential. It could be the potential he lost a leg or a limb, something along those lines, okay, he could have lost that. There's a potential that he's been unconscious for a long period of time. There's a potential that he's lost somewhere in this forest on this giant elephant, Zanisha, Zod, province of something or other, principality of something or another, whatever the term was that was used by Wanda. There's a potential for various elements, okay, probably 10, 15 different things. So that's number one. We don't need to jump to conclusions. Or he could seem to be dead, but not actually is dead. There's that. Because Brooke wasn't mentioned in the same facet. Understand that. At least in the concern of Nami, which makes perfect logical sense. And who she goes to not only because Captain, because Luffy and Nami all the way. Yes, I do. I don't too often with relationships, but definitely. She cries about Sanji, totally carry it. And they've been together, way back. They some of the originals. Okay, so. Take that for what it's worth. Now, without that being said, I also do, and I may do a separate video about this, I don't know, but I'll discuss it here, at least briefly. Who are the most likely of these original 9 Straw Hats to die? There are 5 of them, all the 5 combatants. Those who fill the combative roles, I should say. You got Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Brook. Okay? Luffy for a number of reasons. If he does not die, I mean, the implications of Gear Secondo usage, Gear 4th usage now, the decades that he's lost in his life because of Ivankov's hormonal treatments, Emperor Ivankov's hormonal treatments, have cost his life. I still think, even though biologically he is 19, I think internally he's in his mid-30s. That's why partially he's on the level that he is. Zoro's a little bit different. They're both monsters, but I think that's partially why Luffy can keep up with these dudes. These absolute monsters in the New World Order. Like Heavenly Demon, Don Quixote, Doflamingo, aka Joker. That's just an example. Now, if he doesn't, Luffy retires, maybe marries Nami or whatever, passes on the Straw Hat, Mugiwara, to someone just like Roger passed, Pirate King Goldie Roger passed it on to Red-Haired Shanks, and Red-Haired Shanks passed it on to Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy. There's that facet as well. Zoro has a high chance, lesser than Luffy and the rest of them, pretty much. Zoro survives, maybe if Luffy dies, leave the Straw Hats, the remnants of the Straw Hats, or goes off, retires like a Rayleigh, like a Mio. Settles down as a world's greatest swordsman, maybe battles some, and he just goes off and does his thing. Maybe takes up either Nico Robin, which is very likely, or Corona, such as that, takes up as a wife or whatever. Sanji, I definitely do have died in the final war. I have him killing Kizaru. I definitely see that as a fact. I see it as foreshadowed. I know it's not technically a fact, but I see it so much evidence building up to that. Fighting styles and otherwise. It just too much makes perfect sense. Especially when I think we're going to get the backstory of Admiral Kizaru Borsalino and Blackleg Sanji. When we see the backstories and all that. The fighting styles, too much makes perfect sense. So I see him killing Kizaru, and while during the battle, or shortly afterwards, Sanji dies. I definitely see that happening. Makes perfect sense to me. Usopp has a really good shot at dying as well. Not as high as Luffy, Zoro, and I won't even say Brook, but Usopp possibly dying. Can definitely see him being leader. Maybe afterwards leading his own pirate crew or being commander, something along those lines. He goes back. I think he'll go back because I do predict a time skip after One Piece is found, after Blackbeard is killed, because I do think Luffy's gonna kill him. After Shanks acknowledges Luffy as Pirate King, I do think there's going to be a 2 to 5 year time skip. And during that time, they say we can go back and whatever. And during that time, I definitely see Brook going back. I definitely have Brook dying in the final war along with Sanji, but I think Brook dies beforehand in the protection of Luffy. He's throwing hands with a very powerful, whether it be a vice admiral, probably. And he sacrifices himself. Makes perfect logical sense. Now, with all that out the way, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the repercussions and ramifications if Sanji's actually dead. There are 7. Oh, and one of the things as to why I think Sanji actually, it would, okay, 3 reasons. Before I begin in the ramification, I forgot about this because I like to cover the entire topic, the entire subject matter. 3 reasons as to why it will not hurt the story for Sanji to be dead now. 3 to 4. I have to think about this. 3 to 4. The one definitely is his goal. It is the All Blue. Now, I'm not saying the All Blue is not important, but the All Blue is a myth, and we have no evidence as to what in the world the All Blue actually is. What does it indicate? Nothing. Oda has given us, Ichiro Oda has given us absolutely nothing as to indicate what the hell that All Blue even, no kind of, does it even exist in the world. At this point, it's becoming more mythical as we speak. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but at this specific point, we know what somewhat of what the King of the Pirates indicates, the Pirate King indicates. We know world's greatest swordsman, Chopper's goal. We've got the hints of along there, the cure all illnesses and diseases and whatnot, the sickness. Nami being able to go across the entire world and draw a map. We have that indicated. Frankie with the 1,000 Sunny and the whole ship, and the previous thing with the Oro Jackson. Okay, we have that. The Atom Wood or whatnot. What else? Brook with the Laboon makes perfect logical sense. The Poneglyphs, and I think the real Poneglyph is One Piece, so that would Nico Robin. Who else? Usopp becoming a brave warrior to sea in a number of facets. We already see that taking place as well. Anybody else? I think that covers everybody. I think that covers everybody. So we have all the other goals set up. Sanji's goal ain't even close to making any sense at this specific point. And as far as in relevance, that's part of it. It doesn't seem to be relevant. So you can axe off because it's not relevant. I'm not saying that's the reason to axe off a character. I'm not saying a character has to even have a goal to be a part of the Straw Hat crew. But that's just the reality. It's not relevant seemingly to the rest of the other goals. Now, Oda can find a way to tie in, but it doesn't hurt. Point number 2, Sanji's past. Now, it's said he's captured alive, and that's the most likely facet of the matter. But if Sanji ended up getting killed in battle, we can still get his backstory, his relevance, and his connection. Okay? That backstory, relevance, and connection will serve for the Straw Hats in a multitude of ways, and one of the key ways being it will change their perspective. Remember what Zoro said. Remember a couple things. Okay, Sanji, and I've been reminded, Sanji said he would be the most dangerous, the biggest problem for the world government. He mentioned that. His death might trigger that. Understand that. Not only that, Zoro, he told Luffy, we gotta stop playing around and messing around. Like, This is the new world. You can't afford that, or we're gonna get. They're pretty much body bag. Okay, after the whole incident with Caesar Clown. And so far, Oda seemingly hasn't showed Sanji go all out, which is very suspicious to me. We've seen pretty much everything. Well, we haven't seen everything what other characters can do, but we've seen highlights from most of the Straw Hats, or what they fully bring to the table. We have not seen that from Black Lake. Why? That's very suspect. It's like he's seen a cap. There's a clear cap seen like right now. And we also know about Red Lake Zeph. Not saying he is, or he may or may not be at the level that Zeph was. But we're seeing a cap right now. And it's making it very suspicious as to why. Maybe that Sanji ran up against Captain Jack. And Captain Jack wasn't playing and putting that work. And we have a body bag situation. And that could be the case. I mean, this is the same dude who ran through Zoe. This is the same dude who took down 2 battleships. The same dude who was willing to go up against the likes of former Fleet Admiral Sengoku Buddha, who I affectionately like to call the Golden Buddha, as well as Admiral Fujitora Isho and a Vice Admiral Sulu, Legend. What? He ready to go up against some OG, double OG, triple OGs, no qualms whatsoever. And around that time, Sanji them seemingly were around. A dude who's willing to go up against that took an L apparently, but going up against that, you telling me he can't beat Sanji? Come on now. So there's that. It would make it focus. Oh, the effect on Luffy. Oh, you know how Luffy takes losses. You know how he took Sabo. You know he took Fire Fist Port against the Ace. You know how he takes it. Losing Sanji, losing one of his crewmates. And what did he say? I'm going to be there. I'm powerful enough to protect him. Losing someone, especially this early in the new world. Oh, that's going to change the entire game. It's going to make them much darker, which I predicted. Specifically, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Usopp, and Brook. Their characters. Much darker, more serious. That's going to make them. Who knows what's gonna do? We know Zoro, the different ones are gonna, but who knows the impact on Luffy specifically? Oh man, losing Sanji. Oh, number 3, unexpected turn. Oda would flip the whole table and flip the script. People keep talking about, oh, no sense of danger, taking out Sanji. You know what kind of gutsy move that is for the writer? It seemed fan favorite for a lot of people. Taking out Sanji would send shockwaves, would send ramifications throughout the entire new world. And mind you this. Remember, whoever it is in higher ups want him alive. They found he's dead. Oh, that's gonna flip the world. Who knows the whole total ramifications to what point Sanji serves in the story as far as in the focal point, as far as in how important he actually is as a character in the entire world. You take out an important character like that, an asset like that in the world, it'll be crazy. It'll be crazy. And it will force Luffy to look at things. Zoro, I think it will force the Straw Hats, but specifically Luffy. It will change the game. Luffy will flip. Luffy will go ape. No pun intended. But something's going to happen. It's going to trigger him mentally. And on a physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. There's going to be no more holding back from Luffy. If Sanji's dead, he's going to feel probably what he's feeling with, and then some. How is he going to recover from something like this? After all that they've experienced, all that they went through, and now he dies. What's going to happen to him? I keep targeting specifically Luffy because it's not only because he's the protagonist of the story. As a captain, we know how he values his crew, how he views them as family. We know the impact of what's happened in the past. He swore he would not lose again. And if he loses this, oh yeah, the Straw Hats, no, this nice journey they've been on, oh no. And the implication that Oda talked about the wars that are to come. First casualty being Sanji? Oh. Now here's the fourth. Because a lot of people think there's a monster trio. I don't buy that. First of all, I don't think there's a... Clearly, the weakling trio is no longer in effect. And I've said this. The monster trio is not in effect post-Sanji. Luffy and Zoro are clearly above Sanji. They already were, but it's not even close. I'm not saying that Sanji can't throw hands against him. Don't get it twisted. But as far as the power level, I still got them low top tiers and Sanji top mid tier. There's a gap. There's a clear gap. I got Sanji below Law, and I still got Trafalgar D, Water Law, whatever, in, the top mid tier. I don't have him, on Admiral level. Sanji ain't up to them. That's just reality of the situation. I'm not saying he can't throw hands, but he ain't with them dudes. Also, you have implications of guys like Jinbei and whatnot joining the crew. You have the aides like Law, the Alliance, Law and Heart Pirates. You got, Bartolomeo. You have Cavendish. You have other powerful entities that have sided with the Straw Hats. Sanji's presence isn't actually necessary so much. Not saying it's not a loss, but it's not like they don't have key elements to come and throw hands. He was a fighting cook. Yes, he was a cook and he was a key combatant, but his presence isn't essential for them to continue. Even though he's a cook, that loss of a cook is an important aspect of it. It isn't like his role isn't important. I'm not saying Sanji, don't get it, there's no hate to this. But it is quite likely, that they can keep going without even Sanji. Those four things mean that Sanji's death isn't a total, it's not a waste, it's not it still would be relevant and very important, but him dying now isn't a huge problem. It really is not. It really is. And I've continued to say this, overall, out of all the Straw Hats, and I exclude Brook from this because Brook hasn't been around too long, Sanji is the least developed character amongst the Straw Hats. He has the least character development. Why? Why does Oda keep doing this? Why does he keep, not really showing? Kill him off. Oda maybe decided to change the game on it. Kill him off. It serves that way. Now, all the repercussions, and I've said some of it already. Okay, in my earlier points about why him being killed off isn't too unfathomable. Okay, I know people will hate it, but look, let's look at the overall. Repercussions is number one. You've unleashed a monster in Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy. Let's step aside from the whole Grand Fleet aspect, okay, with his alliance, his Grand Alliance. Let's take into account how, and I've said it before, the Straw Hat crew are one of the top 10 most dangerous crews in the series. Now, people think that, there's other crews. People don't understand what I'm saying. I'm talking a whole picture. You got a captain like Luffy who crazy, and you got a first mate, unofficial vice captain. Well, he's not, unofficial first mate or vice captain in Zoro who ready to throw hands with an admiral at any given point. These dudes are ready to go up against Yonko. These dudes stay taking down Shichibukai. They look. Not only that, but Luffy's influence. When you look at it, Luffy has taken down four former as well as current Shichibukai. He's got connections to all former, possible, and as well as current Shichibukai in one form or another. The other one is the seventh, is Midget Whitebeard, Edward Weeble, excuse me. And he's coming for Luffy. Luffy's got connections to all that. Luffy is dangerous. He's a very dangerous man. This man's worth 500 million berries. That's his 500 million berry bounties. He's got law, another 5. He's got so many connections. Luffy's dangerous. And Luffy's the kind of guy that just does not give a damn. He will go after whoever killed Sanji. And you know whoever killed Sanji would be a very powerful player. Luffy's already got plenty of targets on his back. And Luffy will continue to hunt down. He will do what needs to be done and take out whoever in his wake. Then you might start getting a serious body count from Straw Hat. That's what it... Doggone, we're talking wars here, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of repercussion that a guy like Luffy, then the loss of a key member of the Straw Hat Pirates. None of that. The word gets out that a key member of the Straw Hat Pirates is dead. Oh, you know they're going to be gunning. You know they're going to be gunning. Or people are going to end up in fear because they're going to maybe be seeing, well, Doflamingo went down. What's going to happen to us? That's going to shake things. The Marines hear about that. The world government hears about that. And they're the ones that want this dude alive. Prefer, theoretically, okay, hypothetically, they're the ones that want this dude alive. The repercussions are that the entire world, at least the new world, are going to feel the shockwaves. So in his death, in conclusion, in his death, Sanji may be more valuable than he is even alive. If Oda decides to take it that route. I'm just deciding to put this out here. In case people get the wrong impression. Oh, it's a bad idea if Sanji dies. No, in fact, it's a phenomenal idea. In fact, it establishes a turning point in the entire stories. Because at the end of the day, these guys are pirates. Let's keep it real. I know people say, oh, Luffy didn't play a hero. They're a hero. They're pirates at the end of the day. And Luffy is one of the biggest ones in the game right now. You got two of the worst generation on the same crew? Oh, you tell me Zoro? Zoro may go back to his old ways. Frankie will go back to his old ways. You see Brooke, Suet. Yo, these dudes will be coming. Nami, I'm telling you, the Straw Hats will be coming for heads. Heads will roll. Quite literally and figuratively. If Sanji is actually dead. Think about that. If Oda actually went that route, it changes the game, man. It really does. And who's next and who's safe? How many other Straw Hats may not make it to the end? People thought this was a jolly old journey. No, this is a new world. And as I've said it before, and I'll say it again. In the new world, the strong survive, the weak die or get the hell out. Now, I'm not calling Sanji weak. I'm not calling it at all. But if he's dead, he just doesn't happen to be strong enough, or you just happen to ran into too powerful of a foe for him. It is what it is. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the subject matter. Do you actually want Sanji to be dead? As to why? Why do you think Sanji's not dead? This is a very interesting discussion. This is a key turning point in the series. Whatever way Oda does this, I think this is a very pivotal one, especially in an arc that was not anticipated to be one of the key ones, but it may end up actually being one of the most key in the series, just like Dressrosa. Alright, y'all, have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.